You've had some fun with the offense here. Now you got Person back as a starter. You got Colter moving around a little bit. I mean, what's it been like running the offense with a few different tools out there?
Well, I think, anytime in our offense, we're always going to try to get the best personnel we got for that situation. So we're going to get our best players on the field for the situation at hand. And Kain is one of those guys, and Dan's one of those guys, so we got to put them on the field, and we're going to utilize those guys the best we can.
I know you recruited Kain heavily out of high school. I mean, did you know anything about his receiving abilities or his abilities?
Sure. I mean, he was a great athlete. When he got hurt his senior year, he ended up playing some receiver. He ended up playing some DB. He's a great athlete. He's a guy that you can get out in space and put the ball in his hands, and he'll make some things happen.
I mean, I know you kind of recruited him under a quarterback, but I mean, do you kind of see him as the athlete label out of high school?
No, because we told him when we recruited him, we're going to recruit him as a quarterback and start there first. But we knew also that he had the athletic ability and the football sense to play in some other spots if we needed him to. And it just so happens that he's done a great job at quarterback. He's still a quarterback. He's playing quarterback, but we're going to utilize him in other areas as we see fit.
What was your reaction when he had that diving catch on Saturday?
Oh, super. I mean, you just know that was one thing that we, said from the in the middle of the week, that we said, hey, we can get this matchup. This is something we're going to try to do. And those two did a great job of executing exactly what we talked about.
You said Kain is still technically a quarterback. What position would you label Venric as being right now?
Venric is playing some running back for us. But we also put our running backs out in a receiver, and then he's a great returner. So, he's another guy we got to get the ball in space to.
What are your thoughts? I mean, obviously he's a heck of an athlete. He's lightning fast out there. I mean, what's the thought process? Just get him out there on the field as much as he can, wherever he can?
Where he can help us and he knows what he's doing. That's the most important thing, and we're going to get him on the field as much as we can. But we've got some other guys that can do some things too, especially at running back. So it's still a deal by committee.
In your career running as an offensive coordinator, have you had this kind of versatility where you've got different tools you can plug into different places like this? Is this something new?
Yeah, I mean, we have. I have had that opportunity, and it's just you gotta think outside the box a little bit, try to get guys in the positions they can be successful, and our system lends it to be flexible enough to do that.
Is there a different kind of learning curve with Kain, Venric, and even Jack here, who had to move over to Superback? I mean, how much of a learning process is it for those guys, and how they adjust?
Well, if they learn the system by concept, it's a lot easier. It's hard if you have to learn everything by rote memory, But if you learn the system by concept and you teach it that way and you present it that way, that's what makes it easy for some of those guys to step in and play in different spots.